Hello, friends, and welcome to this July 2023 energetic preview. My name is Jenny Sellers, and I'm the creator and founder of True North Empowerment, a holistic wellness practice that offers all kinds of insight through the use of astrology, Reiki, cards, personal discovery programs, and all different ways that we can utilize the energy that exists outside of our physical form to provide insight and guidance for the path ahead. Today's chat is all about Cancer season. We stepped fully into Cancer season on the summer solstice on June 21st, and we're going to look at how the energy of Cancer carries us through most of July of 2023. So we start off the month on July 3rd with a full moon in Capricorn. The beautiful thing about astrology is that each month we're gifted the opportunity to look at both the sign that we're walking through, in this case, Cancer, as well as its opposing sign through the new moon and the full moon axis. So, right now, this month, we're looking at the axis of Cancer, which is representative of the depth of our emotions and the foundational structures upon which our lives are built, things like home, family, the connection with our mothers, all of that. Um, and the duality that's experienced on the opposite side of the zodiac through the full moon, which in this case is happening July 3rd in the sign of Capricorn, which represents our drive, our focus, our goals, the finances that we choose to spend our money on, how we make our money, how we really step forward into building a solid foundation of life around us. So we're looking at the duality between the two of those things. And on July 3rd, we do have that full moon in Capricorn, which is asking us to really look at what we may need to release and let go of, what expectations we may need to let go of that allow us to live more fully in our emotions. The key to this duality here at the beginning of the month is that we can't let Capricorn's um, practicality and realism draw us away from the actual emotional experience of what it is that we're going through. So keep that in mind here at the beginning of the month. Then on during the second week of July, on July 9th, we have an interesting square happening. Squares provide the energetic push pull that is needed to make things happen. And so the square that's happening on July 9th is the sun, which is in Cancer, again, representative of our emotions, our feelings, our foundations, um, and our connections with the people in our lives that we're closest with, squaring Chiron, which is an asteroid that is tied to the wound that we carry with us that replays itself throughout our lifetimes. So think strongly about what it is and what patterns have resurfaced in your life time and time again, that kind of bring up a similar pain point. Here on July 9th, with the sun squaring Chiron, we're being asked to really focus on the emotionality that comes with that wound that we carry with us throughout our lives. And because it's a square that is the energy of manifestation, we're looking at what is it that we need to do to kind of gently heal some of that wound here on July 9th. As we get into July 10th, we have Mars, the planet of action, stepping into Virgo, the sign of health and balance and organization. And so, come close to mid-month here on July 10th, we're looking at taking action towards what it is that we need to feel more healthful, to feel more inspired, to feel more organized. So don't be surprised if that surfaces here on July 10th for you. On the 11th, we have Mercury stepping into Leo. It's only going to be in Leo for a very short time. And so, what this offers us is an opportunity to kind of have a preview into next month's energy, or I should more specifically say the Leo energy that will follow starting July 21st through the rest of the beginning of August. And so we do have this opportunity to kind of take a preview and have a preview into some of what is to come around July 11th. Be specifically looking towards the communications that you have with friends and family, your internal communications. Leo is the sign of the inner child. It's the sign of creativity, spontaneity, play, joy, all of the sweet bits of life. And so be on the lookout here around July 11th. Then on the 17th, we have the new moon in Cancer. So we're setting intentions. We are looking more internally towards what we need to do to process our emotions, who we want to bring closer into our lives, who we may need to let go of or kind of keep at a distance. The July 17th timeframe is a wonderful time to set intentions for the road ahead, specifically as it relates to the processing of our emotions. Let's see. Then on the 22nd, we start Leo season. So again, kind of tying back to what we saw on July 10th or around that time, what is it that Leo season is bringing out in us? Again, it's the sign of the self. It's how we express ourselves. It's the creativity, the passion, the joy. It's a beautiful summertime energy, and so really step fully into that Leo energy. We all will on July 22nd. The other thing that is happening during this time, which is hugely important for the month ahead, is Venus turning retrograde in Leo. So Venus, the sign of self-worth, self-value, our partnerships, our romantic connections, our friendships, our work partnerships, is kind of taking a back seat. It's slowing down. It's asking us to be more introspective about how we choose and who we choose to bring into our world as it pertains to the Leo archetype. And so, who is it that we want to spend more time with? Who is it that we might need to withdraw from? What is going to serve our inner child as we walk through the lens of who we bring into our world, as well as our own relationship with ourselves? Venus is also the sign of finances, of money, of what we need to in order to build the lives around ourselves. And so we could be looking at that as well. It's a time to be retrospective and introspective about how we spend our money, the things that we value, the people we value. That's what Venus is all about. And so when it turns retrograde in Leo, it's kind of a big deal. And because of this retrograde period, Venus is going to stay in Leo for about 4 months, which is a really long time for Venus to be in any given sign. So we have a lot of time to kind of sit and reflect, as well as to figure out plans for moving forward as it relates to the people that we bring into our lives, the connections and the relationship that we have with ourselves and our finances. This will carry through until I believe October. Venus will be in Leo, which is a really, really long time for it to stay in a given sign. So that will be a presiding energy for the month of July. And then as we round out the month, Mercury will then shift into Virgo, which again gives us another opportunity for a preview for the next couple of months, as it relates to how we communicate, how we learn, the choices that we're making as it pertains to our health and the organization that we bring into our worlds to help support the structures and the things that we want to bring into our lives. So if I had a word to describe the Cancer season ahead and July specifically, it would be it's a very dynamic month. We will be walking through some big emotions with some interesting ramifications as it pertains to who we keep around us, what structures we choose to build in order to walk through those emotions, surrounding all of these beautiful, wonderful energies, the depth of the water sign of Cancer mixed with the beginning of Leo season, the second fire sign in the zodiac that represents play and self-expression, and with the Venus energy that's here with us, there's a lot going on. And so it's going to be a very dynamic month. If you find yourself in your feelings, know that that's okay. It's very, very pertinent and present for us this month. It's what we're supposed to be doing. So I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next month. Have a good one.